So can you do this? Okay, so this is a Clayboard. I just taped it on there. So these are 20 of the triplex, that were real fine line color markers from Staedtler. And I'm going to try to see how they do on the Clayboard. And I don't really mind if they smear a little bit, because I'm going to put the watercolor on it afterwards and just kind of make it a flowy little flower. But if they stay great, you know, tight, then that's great too. So I'm just going to do a real simple flower. This is just a basic test to see how it goes on. Nothing too exciting or complicated. I'm totally winging this. I was tempted to grab a flower from the garden, but I'm just gonna make it up. So just using a few colors here. I have to get my little centers going. I like doing really sketchy looking petals. I mean, right away I can tell they go on really nice. It's a real good feel to it. More like a pink dandelion here. But very smooth. I mean, that's the one thing I love about this Clayboard surface. It's so smooth. Now let's see. Well, they don't really smear. So, cool. Answered that question. It doesn't smear. We'll see what happens though when we add some watercolor. Maybe the water will have a little bit of a different effect. Just making some unique flowers here. We'll get some stems in the bottom. So I should have stood my thing up better, and I could have pulled my pins out a little bit easier. It doesn't want to come out. It actually stands up. It's kind of neat, this little case. Stands up like that. Don't know if they still have that one around. I've had it for a little bit, so I'm not sure if they've changed their styling or their product any. Try to remember to leave a link for you guys. And make it kind of come back underneath here. This is a great way to wind down in the evening. Don't worry about, you don't have to worry if your flower is correct. You know, all you're doing is just being kind of sketchy, and I like doing my flowers and my plants that way. It's just a, you know, type of a lines. It's not, you know, making these perfect leaves. It's just kind of a loose sketch, and to me that's the best way to unwind. And there's no pressure to make it perfect on, because it's not going to be perfect when you're drawing it that way, which is perfectly fine with me. Let's get a little bit of contrast in there. I hope you guys can see this a little bit better. I'm lifting it up. I'm using one of the newer meta glasses and trying to give you guys a little bit different view to my painting. A little bit hard to get used to, especially considering it came with sunglass lenses, and I'm still waiting for my regular prescription lenses to show up, so I am wearing my sunglasses indoors right now and trying to see with it. It's a challenge. But it gives your image a whole different feel for it. When you take your sunglasses off, it's like, oh wow, it's a lot brighter than I thought it was. Challenge you to do that sometime. Try painting with sunglasses on. Let's get some little centers going here. Now that the main test, I wanted to see how it would work if I put a little bit of watercolor. So I need my water, which is back here. All I want to do is give it a little bit of some blue for the sky area. I'm just got to kind of make some sky water here. I don't want it too dark. More water than pigment. Alright, so I've mixed up a little bit of watercolor here. Got some blue, and I know this is going to drip, so I have to kind of pay. Oh, it does run. So that answered that question. Will it run? Yes, it does. So what I may have to do before I totally destroy this painting is take it off. It's getting too green. I don't want it all green. Not a good way to learn if it actually runs. And I don't think it mattered that it was so quick after doing it, because it's either going to run or it's not. Now it's looking kind of like this area is in the fog and this area is not. So I may have to just kind of blend all of these flowers here so that they look the same. It's a good way to test it before you put it on a really giant piece of anything. You see how it does blend. This one's not doing it as much. And I might be able to come back in and dry it. Now, if I had done the watercolor first and then come in with the flowers, I would have been fine, but then I wouldn't have known whether or not it did bleed, so would have defeated my whole point. But this is giving a muted look, which it's not bad, but I'll probably have to dry it and then let's see what I can do to fix it. So let me dry it. Okay, so I kind of like this really muted look here, but I'm gonna come in and pick up with another layer of the pen. But this does show me that if I want an interesting background, to use a pen like this that will melt, let it kind of bring in that really soft atmosphere in the back, and then come back over it after I've dried it. So I wouldn't call it a failure, I'd call it a learning experience. Kind of those happy accidents. Now it looks a lot fluffier, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I've got those couple spots there I'll have to address, but I may just have to bring some green on top of it so you don't really notice it as much. It doesn't look like it was a melted flower. Now these are a little bit more the three-dimensional with that fuzz look in the background. So that's kind of cool. Alright, let's see. Let's bring in these stems a little bit more again. Make them a little bit more pronounced. What are we going to do to cover that up? I mean, we could bring in another flower because it is an even number and you should have an odd number. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll make another one just kind of hanging out here. That way we'll cover that area up. All else fails, just cover it over. Done that many a times with different parts. This is a great evening activity. It's, you know, it's a small thing to work on. Doesn't take a lot of time, not a lot of effort. Tell yourself, I'm just going to relax and take the time to make one little small painting before I go to bed. I'm not going to worry about how it comes out. I'm just going to make it. And then you kind of forget about other stuff going on, and by the time you're ready for bed, your brain's already kind of checked out on other stress, and, you know, relax. You know, you just check out and don't worry. Doesn't matter how it looks. It's just for you. And I did a, this was just a piece of balsa wood. I did this the other day. So that was kind of fun. And I've got like a whole package of them. They're about the same size, but they got the hole in them on these other ones that I'll use. So they're just tags. So how fun would it be to paint on a tag, use it to unwind for the night, and then turn around and use it for gifts or fun things when you do for other stuff. And, you know, you've gotten double benefit out of it then. So this has been kind of fun. No stress whatsoever. Make a cute little flowers, and you can put, you know, you could attach like a business card magnet thing on the back if you want. Use it on your fridge for, you know, holding up your to-do list, or just put them on little easels and enjoy them on your desk or on a shelf. So I hope you've enjoyed this, you've relaxed, and again, these were the Staedtlers. So really pretty colors. They work well on there, wet or dry. Bye.